Hi, my name's Janice McDonnell, and I'm here to talk to you a little bit today about our NSF-funded project called Data to the Rescue, Penguins Need Our Help. And it's a program for middle schoolers designed to focus on polar science and building data literacy skills in young people. So I work really closely with researchers involved in the long-term ecological research program, and together we felt there was a strong need and desire to amplify the science going on in the polar regions, especially as it relates to the rapidly changing climate and what we're all bearing witness to in Antarctica and, of course, the Arctic regions in terms of climate change. As we know, climate change is happening at an accelerated rate in the polar regions, and the LTER is monitoring via a time series the physical and biological changes. These changes are creating a call to action within the science community to increase understanding and critical thinking about these changes. And I encourage you to take a look at the polar literacy principles on our website that are meant to help scientists and educators discuss these important concepts with the public. Each principle has a short video to help explain the big ideas necessary to understand the polar regions. So our research questions are focused on data and sense making and how that impacts understanding and appreciation of the polar systems. We wanted to know more about what role scientists can play in helping learners understand and appreciate polar systems. We wanted to explore techniques for using data and promoting data literacy among youth in informal learning context. Finally, because this was essentially done during the pandemic, we wanted to explore how the delivery mode impacted learning, whether it was online or face-to-face, and what are best techniques to do both. Our end goal are on the bottom far right of this logic model, with the youth being the focal audience and informal and formal educators, as well as our scientist collaborators, and all were important to the implementation. Our key tasks were around increasing understanding of polar systems, increasing the identification with scientists for young people, and increasing reasoning and sense-making skills using polar data. We worked with a data literacy consultant called DataSpire to hone in on the data skills we wanted to teach in the program, building off of this data literacy framework that Kristen has been working on. This is a subset of skills from this larger framework that we decided to integrate into Data to the Rescue. Our key learning objectives were around cognitive goals, such as understanding the predominance of ice in the polar regions, and how it's so important as habitat, food source, and shelter for the organisms that live there, how climate change is affecting the amount of ice at the poles, how scientists are collecting data over time to really understand this, the tools they're using to collect that data, and then finally, how the data can be analyzed and how we ask questions and tell a story given the data trends. In terms of student affective goals and how they feel about things, we wanted them to feel a greater self-efficacy regarding their data skills and what data means. We also wanted some behavioral goals, like them wanting to look at climate change in their own areas after they understood what's going on in Antarctica, and also participate in other science programs and learn more. Our program is comprehensive. In the green box, you'll see there are 9 other polar adventures that we worked with early career researchers to develop. I'm going to focus your attention on the featured adventure, which is Data to the Rescue, Penguins Need Our Help. That is an 8-session, 45 minutes apiece program, again, that we've designed for middle schoolers. The youth use laptops as well as many other hands-on materials. We focus on building their data skills, and we culminate in an art project called a data jam, where they communicate their understanding through a creative expression. Our model is focused on the youth getting a virtual postcard where they use some online resources. Then they convene in a club meeting where they do some hands-on work together, and then are encouraged to do extension activities that advance their learning and share their knowledge with others. Our program took place in 11 states, reaching about 1,500 youth, 44% of which were underrepresented minorities from summer of 2020 to spring of 2023. We learned a lot about learning data skills in informal learning centers, how to use our polar literacy principles, and how to build STEM identity in youth. Some of the highlights are the idea that we were able to build science identity feelings in underrepresented minorities that were statistically significant, as well as those that had lower initial data skills over time by using our program. So these were really encouraging results. I'd be happy to discuss them in more details with you. Thank you for listening to this presentation, and please do reach out to me at mcdonnell@marine.rutgers.edu to learn more. Thanks.